Hello, friends. How are you today? Happy Monday. It's the beginning of a new week. This is Nikki Tobias with Grounded Vision Coaching, and I wanted to share a lesson with you today that I had to learn the hard way. And I just had a client who I finished with, a new client, and I'm teaching her this lesson too, maybe. But it's about stopping crowdsourcing, right? So we think of crowdsourcing as collecting feedback on social media, right? Or like filling out a survey or whatever. And that is what it means, but I mean it more generally than that, right? I'm talking about this sense of collecting everybody's input before we make a decision or take action. And this sense that somebody's going to have a better idea than we have. And here's my argument, is that that's a limiting belief. That's a limiting belief that somebody's going to have a better idea than we have, and that somehow our ideas are not good enough already. So I'll tell you how I learned it. Is I was trying to come up with a name for my business, and lots of coaches just use their own names. And, heck, lots of like solopreneurs and entrepreneurs use their own names. And that's fine. I don't have any trouble with that. But as a woman, it gets a little dicey when you use your own name, because then if you get married or you get divorced or you decide to use your maiden name or, anything happens, then there comes all these questions about, do I change the name of the business? Do I keep it? Am I willing to start over under a new name? Or my reputation is strong under some name, and so you're not sure what to do with your business if you name your business your name. And so I had been pretty clear early on that I didn't want to name my business my own name, and I wanted to come up with something else. But so then what happened was I kept sort of coming up with ideas and asking people what they thought, or I'd ask for feedback, or I'd ask somebody to vote on it. And like even my logo, like I went back and forth posting logos, different logos that I had gotten, and saying, how does this make you feel? And what do you think about this? And on and on and on. But in reality, when I finally said that I was going to trust my gut, and that when the right thing came along, I knew it, I would know it, it would feel good to me, is when it happened, right? So I was actually walking by a life-size giraffe in a TJ Maxx, and I glanced over at it and I saw it and I got goosebumps, which those of you that have watched the Facebook Lives before, you know that I live in the land of goosebumps, and goosebumps are my new GPS. And so I've asked the universe to give me goosebumps when I'm going in the right direction, when I make a good decision, when I'm connecting with my soul. And so I glanced over and I saw this giraffe, and immediately in my head popped the name Grounded Vision. I had goosebumps. I didn't need to ask a single person. I didn't care what anybody else thought about it. It was mine, and I was right on the money. And, for those of you that know how my logo came to be, it was because a prior counselor of mine and a good friend had likened me as a giraffe, like able to see like a long-range goal or problems, but firmly planted on the ground, and the ability to say, follow me. I'll get us to safety, or I'll get us to achieve that goal. And so when I saw that life-size giraffe and immediately Grounded Vision popped in my head, then my logo popped in my head, this sense of this giraffe looking out into the horizon, right? And so I didn't need to ask anybody else's opinion, because it just fit. It just fit. So, we crowdsource some of our own genius. Like, we don't trust our gut and our soul and our heart, and we expect that other people are somehow going to have a better answer than we have. That's just not true. And, the client that I was just working with had crowdsourced some like career guidance maybe, or coaching, Here's what I love about my job. Here's what I hate about my job. I'm not really feeling all that fulfilled maybe. And so like, what do you all think I should do? And like, that's lovely in theory. And our friends and family can hopefully give us really great advice and information. And we want our friends and family to buy in to whatever the next decision is that we want. But here's the problem, right? Our friends and family, in all their glory and all their love for us, make advice to us based on how it's going to affect them, and make advice to us because they think it's what's in our best interest. And typically that advice is around, get a predictable paycheck. right? I mean, next to nobody's going to say start your own business and make $0 for a really long time, or follow your dream and write a book and have it be 6 or 9 months or 12 months or 3 years from now till you make a penny. Nobody's going to tell you to do that. Right? And our friends and family are saying, man, you got to be practical. You got to pay your bills. You got to do what your degree is. You know, do your major. Do what you always said you would do, you know? I had gotten an education degree. My grandmother just thought that was the best, right? She was so excited to tell everybody I was going to teach. And then I decided I was going to go back and get my master's degree in College Student Affairs Administration. Of course, nobody has any idea what that is, and especially not my family. I was the first to go to college. So nobody had any idea what it meant to work at a university, and I was trying to help her understand I am still going to be an educator. I am still going to be teaching people. It's not in a traditional classroom like you're thinking of it. But that was my chapter for that time, right? And now that I'm coaching, as I've told you, I feel like I've coached my whole life just with a different title, and I had a boss, and now I get to be my own boss. And I get to coach about happy goals and not purely survival, but thriving. So here's the thing. I don't blame our family members and our friends. I don't blame our colleagues for wanting what's best for us in terms of being practical and doing what they think we should do because they believe that they're giving us really good information. But you know what? I am done believing that we are meant to play small. And I am done believing that we are even meant to play mediocre, medium, something average, right? No. We were putting on this earth to play big. We have a soul. We have the ability to get goosebumps. Things happen for us to say, holy cow, this is awesome. And the client that I was just working with, she said, you know, if I were really honest, here's what I've been thinking. I want to be a consultant. It would be awesome. Do you think I could do that? Would that fit? Am I qualified for that? And here's what my family members and friends have said about it. But here is the deal. Your family members and friends don't know what it means to be a consultant. They're not in your head. They don't see the world through your lenses. They don't know how you could do that. They don't know that it simultaneously is like unbelievably exciting and also really like stabilizing and calming at the same time. And that's where I want us to live, right? And what experiences in your life is something equally as exciting as it is calming? And I would argue that when that happens for you, that is the boat you need to be on. That is the journey you need to take. Now, that doesn't mean you won't have limiting beliefs. It doesn't mean you won't be afraid, right? You're going to have all those things. But when you can be equally as excited as you are calm and settled into it, you're on to something. You need to follow that path. I said to her, it's kind of like getting in a really good roller coaster, right? You feel all strapped in, and you're safe and you're snug, but you're just ready to get going and have that adrenaline pump. And she was like, yes. And she had goosebumps. And I had goosebumps working with her. That's amazing. Excuse my dogs. They've been on fire all day, and the neighborhood cat's outside. Everybody's in a frenzy, and I've been away. So I closed the door. Now they're mad at me. They'll get over it. But I would ask, when is the last time you felt excited and calm at exactly the same moment? And I would also ask that you trust your gut, your heart, your instincts, your soul, your goosebumps. Stop crowdsourcing your genius. You know. You might have to tap into your body. You might have to tap into your gut. You might have to tap into those goosebumps. But what you know about you and your own knowing is 10,000 million bazillion trillion times better than what anybody else can tell you to do, than any crowdsourcing that has ever existed. You know you. You know what feels right. You know what feels good. And so let it be exciting and let it be calming at the same time. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's awesome. Gives me goosebumps. So, hello, Miss Katie. Let me read. True. Friends or family who give advice usually do so with a selfish slant. Yeah, they don't always intend it, right? Like, I don't think that people are trying to be selfish. They just can't help but view us through their lens, through the lens of their life experience and what they sort of expect us to do with our lives, right? And I was so, like, heartwarmed by the fact that my grandmother thought it was so great I was going to teach. But then when I changed that, like, I took a slight left turn off of that path and she didn't understand it anymore, it was like I disappointed her. And I had to keep sort of defending and explaining why this was right for me. This was the right chapter for me right then. And so, you know, she loves me anyway, even though she still doesn't understand what I'm really doing lately. But yeah, I don't think they try to be selfish. I just don't think they really understand how they might be holding us back. Yes, there you said. They don't mean to, but it's just how it is. I've had so many people tell me I need to be a realtor, teacher, etc. I have zero desire to do any of those. But me doing those suggestions would help the people suggesting it. Yeah, that's true, right? Doesn't everybody want to know a teacher or a realtor or a lawyer? Yeah, everybody wants to be friends or family members with one of those folks. It's not what sets me on fire, so it's not what I'm pursuing. Amen, sister. Amen. That's so hard but so healthy for my dreams and my soul. I'm telling you. And you know, everybody says that phrase about when you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. Yeah. Right? We all have heard that. Yeah. But it's so true. Like when you're living in your bliss, you can work 12 hours or 15 hours or 17 hours. And it goes fast and it's exciting and you feel like you're contributing and you're doing work you love. And it's like the time just flies by. You just don't even feel it. Let me tell you, if I had to be a data enterer or I had to be one of those people that calls you telemarketer for 12 or 15 or 18 hours a day, I would not make it. That is not my bliss. That is not my land of goosebumps. I can promise you right now, right? So here is the thing. I'm not arguing that you should never get feedback or that people can't give you something to think about differently than you do. But I would argue that that is where coaching and counseling is so helpful, so vital, so imperative for somebody to help you get clear about you and your knowing, right? Somebody honoring your soul, your gut, your knowing about what you need in the world. And not just living in the land of what we all should do. Because you know what? The shoulds need to go out the window. Katie says, our photo session flew by. It so did. It was so much fun. I was doing what I love. Well, listen, I don't love having my picture taken, but it flew by and it was such a good time. And that's because you were passionate about it and you were having so much fun. And you were so encouraging that it helped me to be encouraged and to have fun too. So yes, like, stop freaking crowdsourcing your genius. Stop it. Stop it. Find the people that will help you get to your own knowing and your own clarity and are going to be the wind in the sails of your dreams. And if you need somebody to do that, call me. Let's do it. I'd love to work with you. All right, folks, until next time, don't forget about the gratitude challenge. So every time that you post a regular post or a picture and you tag Grounded Vision, you get 1 entry. If you do a video or you share one of my videos and you tag Grounded Vision, you get 2 entries. At the end of the month, I'm going to randomly pull somebody's name and they're going to get a month's worth of free coaching. So those of you that have said, man, I really want to be coached and I'm just not sure that I can afford it. First of all, I have all sorts of payment plans and we'll find a way for you to afford it, number 1. But number 2, if not, then here's a chance to get a free month. How cool would that be? And what dream would you pursue if you got a free month of coaching? So today I've been thankful for the sun. I love being out in the sun. I've told you all, always so thankful for my sunroof and rocking out to some country music in my car. I love that. And I'm so thankful for clients that give me goosebumps. And thankful for the opportunity to pursue a career and a life where I get to live and I get to have goosebumps a lot. My GPS is working, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't be more excited. All right, friends, have a good Monday evening. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I will definitely try to get on and do a video, but no promises. And it's election day. and it's election day. So please, please, please get out there and vote if you haven't early voted, because you know what I believe? I believe you cannot complain if you did not go do your civic duty and post your own ballot with your choices in. So happy voting day tomorrow. Happy Monday today. And I'll talk to you soon, my friends. Let me know what you thought. Love to hear your comments. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.